Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear sister. The message reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? So, Brother Nashi, me and my husband, for a very long time, we were not going to church. So my husband, he is an engineer. He started his company with a few of his friends that are South African. So for a very long time, they had been struggling to get a good project until finally God did it for my husband and his friends. So then they were awarded this other tender where there is this other road that is being renovated, and this tender, it is worth a lot of money. So after they had gotten this big project, that was when my husband and I, we bought a very good car. And when we bought that car, me and my husband, we then said it is far much better that we start going to church right now. So we then started going to this other local church. From the day that we arrived at that church, people could see that these people, they have a lot of money. So then they got so friendly with us because of the car that we were driving, no number plates, no what, a brand new, a multi-million rand car that we went to church with. And after church, that was when we were invited to the pastor's house. We then went to the pastor's house, and then the pastor and his wife got so friendly with us after we had told them that my husband, he was running this engineering company that had been awarded a very big tender. So we then got some positions in church. And the pastor said that he wanted to be friends with my husband, and automatically I then became friends with the pastor's wife. So then there was this other day when the pastor's wife called me. She called me and she said that she wanted to have a meeting with me. So we went out, and when we went out, she then started crying. She told me that she had had so many miscarriages in her life, and she started crying. So I tried to comfort her, and she wanted to tell me the reason as to why she had had so many miscarriages in her life. But she told me that one day she was going to open up to me. And then my husband, he then helped the pastor to get this other contract, and they were happy, and they started treating us as if we were their closest friends. So then the pastor's wife called me again to her house. That was the day that she confessed to me that her father-in-law, because her father-in-law, who used to be an overseer, he was one of the founding fathers of our church. So she told me that when they started the church, they used a lot of charms, but unfortunately those charms, to attract people, those charms, then they started fighting against a father-in-law. So then the father-in-law, what he did is that he sacrificed one of his daughter-in-laws who was pregnant at that time. So after he had sacrificed his daughter-in-law who was pregnant at that time, so the spirit of that woman that had been sacrificed, what the spirit was doing was that whenever one of the daughter-in-laws will be pregnant, she will then cause that woman to have a miscarriage, because she just wanted the entire bloodline to be wiped out. So he then started off. So because she wanted the entire bloodline to be wiped out, so then they made another deal in secret with this other traditional healer. So the deal that they made, it was the pastor and his father, they went to this other traditional healer. When they went there, then they were told that they had to create an altar where they were supposed to sacrifice the blood of the women that the pastor would have slept with. Like, if he sleeps with a woman, if she falls pregnant, then after the miscarriage, then the altar will be full of blood. So this pastor had been doing this for a very long time. This is what the pastor's wife told me. So the pastor's wife then told me that she wanted some assistance. She wanted me to assist her to get some women for her who were going to sleep with her husband, because she had been doing this for a very long time, and she felt as if she was now exhausted. She told me that she had done this with a couple of young women in that church until she had almost finished them all. And at the same time, those women did not even know that what she was doing, it was part of the rituals. She told me that she would bring a young woman to her home so that she can just work as an assistant maid. Then she will pretend as if she does not see that her husband will be making the moves on that young woman. Then after they would have slept together, the husband will keep on sleeping with that young woman until she would have fallen pregnant. And then after she would have after she would have had a miscarriage, then the pastor's wife will pretend as if she has caught her husband cheating, and she will chase away that young woman after they would have used her for the rituals. So at that time, she said that she wanted me to assist her to get at least women that are between 18 to 23, women that had never given birth before. So I returned back home, and right next door to my house, there was this other young woman who was from Zim. She was 20 years old. So this woman, I then spoke with her, and I told her that there was this other rich blesser that I wanted to connect her to. Maybe the rich blesser was going to change her life, and she was more than happy to date this blesser. And I then told the pastor's wife, and then this young woman, she got into the pastor's life and they started dating. They slept together until she fell pregnant. But this young woman, she then passed away because when she was taken to the hospital, they told her that she had an infection in her womb and she was supposed to be taken to the theater room, but she was ignored until she passed away. This young woman, she was taken to Zim for her burial. So I have since organized 3 young women for this pastor who has made them to fall pregnant, and they have all had their miscarriages. So one of those women has since passed away. As for my husband, he knows that this is what I am doing for the pastor, and the pastor's wife pretends as if she does not know anything. So me and my husband, we have since spoken with this pastor and his wife, and we have asked them if this thing that they are making us to do, if it is not going to affect us spiritually. But they have since told us that we are not supposed to worry because our hands are clean. So I have come here on your platform. I just want to ask, is it true that this thing that we are doing, it is not going to affect us spiritually? The way that the young woman passed away, it really broke my heart. This young woman, I visited her several times when she was in the hospital. She kept on telling me that she was thinking about her parents, and she was saying that if she dies, who was going to take care of her parents? But unfortunately, she passed away. This young woman told me that a private part, it was decaying. It had turned green. Dear listeners, right, there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sisters. So she wants to know if her hands are clean with everything that she is doing for this pastor. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world.